Hello and welcome to Shredder Zoo. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Shredder and this is my zoo and I'm very excited to have you with me today. So I've made a couple of improvements to the Invertebrate House. I've looked at sort of the feedback that we got from you on yesterday's video, and there's some really good suggestions. I've added in a few pillars on the corners, that sort of thing, to kind of give it a little bit more kind of depth and structural support, this sort of thing. You can see the pillars there. I haven't done the decorations on the outside. We'll leave that for another time. I want to get to the insides done, but I have done something to the Limantia thing. You can see if we can get past the little lockup we have right here. There we go. I've put some glass right at the top there, which I think gives it a lot more light and things if we go inside. So what I've done is the corner of the roofs and that wall there I've replaced with glass. Let some light in this place. I've also stuck a tree in the middle. That was a really good suggestion to kind of give it a bit of height, because there's all the bushes and things are all a very similar kind of height. This kind of breaks it up a little bit. We've stuck in, have they landed now? I put, where the moths gone? Oh yeah, there's the other ones. I've put in a couple of moths which are now flying. I'm getting stuck on this dragonfly. I'm completely stuck now. There we go. And I've added the ivy in there as well. Ivy going all the way around the walls, just to kind of give it a bit more vegetation. I've added some more ivy into the little cave things here as well. Unfortunately, the Arthropleura is still on top of the roof. When I first logged on, he was in the perfect place, exactly where he should have been, on the rocks there. And then after a couple of minutes, he just zipped up there on top of the roof. I don't know why. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do about it. But anyway, that's what's happened, and I've put a bit more ivy in here, and yeah, you can see the kind of the pillars that I've put on all the corners and things. So that's what we've done with the Invertebrate House. But today it is time to move on to a new exhibit. We'll jump on the Pteranodon here and fly over. Going over to the lake this time. Now, I'm not building a lake enclosure for a sort of aquatic or semi-aquatic animal, but I thought we've got this kind of space over this way here, which I think is perfect to kind of utilise for a smallish dino, or smallish creature I should say. So if we just hang on, we'll just fly up here a little bit. Have a look, this little area right here is perfect. We've already got the kind of walkway for the visitors to be able to just walk and look at it. All we really need to do is fence this area off, build a little shelter, and we'll have a perfect little enclosure for the Daeodon, and that is what we're doing today. I'm getting quite a lot of these lockups here. There's so much building. You can see, it's really tragic over here with all this glass. Of course, when the S-Plus updated the other day, it reset all the glass in the entire zoo back to default, so all the kind of the patterns that I put in here to make it look a lot better have all been reset. And also it's pretty tragic over by the Uranus and the other one. What's over there? Oh God, I can't remember. My mind's gone blank. But all the glass that I'd used for the lookout towers, I don't think you can see it. We're out of render distance at this point. But yeah, but that's all been reset as well. Pretty tragic. I'll have to go around and do that at some point. Therizina, that's the one I'm trying to think of. That's over there. Yeah, but anyway, so that's what we're going to do. So what I'm going to be planning on doing here is we'll fence off an area. I'm going to build a kind of a little shelter for the Daeodons, and that's pretty much all we really need to do. And then obviously we'll decorate it out, and we'll stick in some bushes and things. We've got quite a lot of natural vegetation. I may clear it away and then replace it with vegetation that we want. Well, we'll have to see how we go. So I'm just going to plan out the kind of size that we want, maybe get a bit of fencing in place, and I'll bring you guys back once I know exactly what it is that I'm doing this week. So thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure you leave a like, it really helps me out. So I'll see you very shortly. Okay guys, this is it. This is the little area that we're going to be doing for the Daeodon enclosure. I've just put some fences, some low fences going all the way around, and up a little way onto the little slope here. I think they've got sort of plenty of space here. I've put 3 Daeodons in the enclosure, and now what I want to do is build them each a little stall. Now I'm just thinking about the closest analogue to modern day zoos, and that's probably when you have the little farmyard areas of zoos and you have like the pigs or the wild boars, that sort of thing. Quite often they will have their own little stall somewhere with just kind of a shelter, some sort of a straw on the floor for them for the bedding, and maybe a feeding trough, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what I want to do. So there's 3 Daeodons. I want to build 3 stalls. Now, how big are they compared to a foundation? They probably want at least a couple of foundations each. Now, the flattest area I have is right here. So I guess, I mean, I could build it. Oh man, I haven't quite. Oh no, I just realised I could have placed that fence better, couldn't I? Oh, okay. Well, let me think. I can build it like that. Or what I could. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. What I'll do is I'm going to build it. We won't have it right there. What I'll do is I'm going to build these foundations going all the way along to about there. That's about how far I want it, and this is about where I'm going to want to have it. So maybe one. Oh, I'm going to need some more thatch foundations. Let's just get some more of those in. And let's see. That's 1, 2. We'll probably build it up to about there, I would say. Well, if I'm yeah, okay. Well, let's see how this goes, and then we'll have. I wonder whether we want to build it out a little bit further. I think that might be enough actually. And then we'll have it like that. We're going to probably block off the view slightly. We'll have it like that, I think. And then actually what we will do is get rid of this one. That should work quite nicely. So we're giving them 2 each. We're going to separate out the little stalls. So they've got their own little private place. Not too sure how to arrange the walls actually, because they're not double-sided. Stone walls may have been better because they are the same either side. It doesn't matter which way around you do it, but that kind of works. We can get rid of these the fences in a moment, but we'll stick on the back walls like this. I think this is going to kind of work. I keep pushing the wrong button like this and like so. Alright, so let's get rid of the... no, I want to get rid of... Hang on, let's just try and... There we go, that's what we want to get rid of. Get rid of these this fence, which is now no longer needed. And get rid of these 2 as well. Okay, that should be about right. We'll put in the wall back. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be the little stalls. And then what I want to do is place some ramps down here so they can get up where they are going to be sleeping. I'll put a little sort of feeding trough in each one, I think would be quite nice. We'll have another one here and the last ramp like that. That should work. We'll stick a roof on here as well when we figure out how to do it. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Oh, just did not place that one right. Okay, we might be able to mess around with it, but I think we'll probably leave it how it is actually. That's that looks ugly, doesn't it? We may change this one. I'll see if I can figure out how to do that one better. This one over here we can live with. You won't be able to see it once I put the roof on properly. That kind of makes their enclosure a little bit smaller now, but they've got loads of space up there. I think that looks quite nice. So right, let's get the roof on there, and then we can start decorating this place. Okay, so what I've got here is some more wooden stuff. We'll build this all out of wood for these guys. Let's get the right number in. That's what we want there. And the wall, we'll build another wall like so. That works. And then, yeah, I guess we're going to need to do that on each one actually. Let's get the right number. Keep pushing the wrong button. It's that one and that one. And like so. Another wall. Last one. Actually, I probably want to do the other one. Can we get the right one? Oh, what I'm doing, that's the wrong way around. So whoops. Let's try again. That's not the right one. Let's do. Come on. No, what am I doing? Get the wrong one. Oh, we want it sloping. Not that way. We do want that one. I was right the first time. Okay. Oh god. There we are, that's what we want. And then, like so. Brilliant, okay. Okay, we're getting there. And, oh, you know what? I haven't got any sloped roofs to put on the back there. Let me just grab those. Okay, so that should be the right. And we can get this to snap in the right place, hopefully. That'll do, that one there. Oh, fantastic. I think it's going to look quite nice. We'll get this decorated as well. And this is actually going pretty quick. We may even have time to do a little bit of decoration on an older exhibit if we get this done in the next couple of minutes, because there's not a huge amount to do on this one. Looks pretty good. We'll get some ceilings going now. Let's get some, just flatten off the roofs on the top here. Perfect. Looks good. Oh, that tree's in the way. And the last one. Okay, looks pretty good. So we're going to want to decorate this a little bit inside. So they've got some... I've done the thatch because kind of bedding. The only issue I have is that it looks very square. It looks very neat and tidy. There's no real way of... if I had the Castle Keeps and Forts mod, I could use the kind of the bedding that they have in there. It looks really nice. I could have put that scattered about a bit. It would look pretty good. It looks very neat. I guess the zookeepers have just been in and replaced their bedding and made it look all nice and fresh. But there we go. So that's our little stores. Let's get some decorations going now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to place a feeding trough in each one of these enclosures. These little sort of pens that we have. And that could be their own little personal one. I don't think I can really get any sort of food in there, but we could try. Let's see, we'll put these in. What I thought we might do is maybe try and paint the enclosures, because I've been looking through the decorations and bushes and that sort of stuff, and to be honest with this area that I've chosen, it's got a lot of natural trees, a lot of natural bushes, and I've placed in like one or two, like this is from when I decorated this area when I was doing the lakes. So we have some decorations around there. I just don't think there's a great deal to do. Oh yeah, I messed around with this one. I found that there's a hedge in one of the mods that I had. So I put in a couple of hedges at this point. If only there wasn't that little gap there. But I don't know. I think it looks alright. We'll leave it like that for now to let me know what you think. But I think what we'll do, we'll give this a bit of a paint job. I think what might be nice is if we paint everything white, so it looks nice and kind of clean. So a bit brighter, just a little bit brighter. I think that's all. Oh, where did that go? That's all I really want to do. We'll just try it out and see what it looks like. Just paint the whole thing white, and we'll see if it looks any better. Just it's still going to be wood, but it's going to be just that bit brighter. Bit more colourful. Maybe I could add a little bit of colour in as well, but I don't want to go too crazy. If you see some of the other exhibits, like the mammoth exhibit, which I kind of went a little bit crazy with the paint gun, and they look a little bit, well, I think they look alright. I've left them like, oh, we've run out already. Oh, we need to, there we go, get some more paint. Paint these. I think it's going to look alright. Can we paint these as well? We can't, no. I'm not going to paint the foundations because that might make them look a little bit weird. But there you go, I think we've painted it all. Let's paint the ramps as well. There we go. Alright, so I don't know, that looks a little bit bleached out. We could add a splash of colour in somewhere. Okay, we'll add a splash of colour. Let me see if I can get something looking good. Alright guys, so all I've done is just to give it a slight variation is I've used this tan colour to kind of paint the beams of wood, and on the inside here the beams all have a slightly darker colour, that's the tan, and also on the back over here as well, just kind of give it a little bit of variation so it's not all completely white but it is still really bright. I'll put in some bamboo at this point here. I might put in another couple of bits of bamboo here and there just to kind of give the vegetation just a little bit of height. Even though we've got these trees and things, but I just feel like I need to do a little bit extra. Put some over here as well. That should look quite nice. And there we go. Yeah. So I think this is. I don't really think there's much else we need to do at this point. It looks pretty good. We've got the fence going all the way around, they've got the shelters, we've got 3 Daeodons, and of course if you want these named after you, let me know in the comment section and we'll get these named for you as well. There's also the bugs over the invertebrates, I should say, in the Invertebrate House. There's still several of those on offer. I've got a list of people that have been asking for names. Names will be done on Saturday, and also something else very special that's going to be done next Saturday is I'll be doing some stuff related to the Patreon. Now I've picked up a couple of new Patreons, which I sincerely thank them for the donations that they've been making. Now that means that they will be getting a name plaque on in various places. In the visitor centre, right at the entrance to the zoo, I've got my wall of Patreons, and if you do donate to a Patreon at any level, you get a plaque put in the entrance with your name on. And also at a higher tier, you can also have the option to have a plaque placed on any enclosure, so you look like an adoptee of that kind of enclosure. So we'll be doing that next episode as well. And yeah, so that's what we'll be doing. And also, I've now reached my goal. I will be opening up a Patreon server. So if people who donate at $5 or more a month get the opportunity to play on a Patreon server, that I'll be setting up over the next week or so, try and get that sorted out, figure out what map we're going to be playing on, what kind of mods we're going to be using, that sort of thing. So that's something I'm going to be working on this week, hopefully try and get that set up as soon as possible. So if there is something you're interested in, you want to play on, I mean, I will probably be playing on there as well. So if you want to come and play Ark with me and the Patreons, that's $5 a month Patreon that you can do. And yeah, so that's something that I'll be setting up very soon. So any questions about that, just ask in the comment section, or contact me on the Discord server. You can join me on Twitter, you can follow me, and on the Patreon side itself. So I think we've got about 5 minutes that we can do a little bit of extra. You can see oh my god, render in, come on please, let's get this working. If I fly down, that'll should render in. There we go. So I think I want to update an old enclosure, just give it a little bit of decoration. So what do you think we can do? Maybe what would be good? What could we do? I think we'll do this one here. Yep, decision made. We'll just hop down over here. Right, so let me just get over the walls here. I just want to put in a little bit of decoration. This is the Trike Enclosure. So we've got 3 trikes and 1 pachyrhino. For the start, we need another pachyrhino. Let's get that one in straight away. Okay, so here we go. There we have another pachyrhino, and we'll just unfollow. Oh, hang on. There we go. Right, so let's get this position right, and we'll take these saddles off actually, because they shouldn't really be on anyway. We'll grab that, and we'll just position you like we've got the other ones. We'll just jump on. Okay, so that means we have another pachyrhino if you want one named after you. All the other ones have been named already, but now we have one more. And we'll just position you like that. And we'll put the saddle on you. There we go. Alright, so that's another one. So yeah, let's get this decorated. So we just need a little bit of just maybe a couple of trees and some bushes and some vegetation in this kind of area. I'm pretty happy with how the actual exhibit looks. I don't think there's too much I need to do this one. I guess what we could do is maybe like this area here, get the walls and actually extend that down. I think, yeah, oh yeah, and the ramps, things like this, so the ramps can actually go into the ground. Yeah, I'm going to get this fixed up. Let me get some stuff going, and yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so basically what I've done is I've fixed the walls. So all the walls now go into the ground. And there were sort of several sort of gaps, because this originally was built with vanilla structures. It's almost all vanilla structures. So I've replaced it with S+, so the walls now go into the ground. There's no gaps anymore. And what I actually want to do is replace the glass with the S+ glass. So I'm hoping it's going to work okay. It'd be good if it replaced it. It does. Okay, let's see. Hopefully we can go all the way around and get it all done. Yes, perfect. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get the S+ glass going, and to get rid of the greenhouse glass. You can actually see a lot better through this stuff. This is going to look good. We can mess around with the model like we normally do, and get these nice big panels. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll just put in a few trees and bushes and stuff, and then I think we'll be pretty much done. It'll be awesome. Okay, so let's go for this. I'll quickly show you what I've done. So the glass is now all done. Nice big open glassways. You can get a much better view through this glass than you can in the old greenhouse glass. This one here, this one probably needs to replace as well, but that's part of the Megaloceros enclosure. So when we get round to decorating this one, I'll replace the glass for that as well. But yeah, so that's that glass that goes all the way around, and in the Trike enclosure as well. Slightly tinted to have a little bit of a transparency. and but you can see through nicely. I've replaced the doorways with double doorways as well. So I'll place a tree in here, and I think that's what we're going to be doing now. Is we'll place a couple more of these trees in, quite like these ones. We'll stick them over, sort of, well, they're not sort of getting in the way too much. And yeah, just a couple of them. Don't need too many of them. We'll stick another one in over this side as well, like that. But the main thing is we'll stick a few bushes, and I've got these kind of bamboos. I do like the bamboos because they are fairly light, but oh, that didn't place. We're going to place. Lovely. Fairly light, but they provide quite a nice little bit of foliage. And we'll stick a few kind of bushes around and stuff. We'll stick some perhaps around the base of this tree here, like so. I've also got the what's this? Oh, this is another tree. There's another one of those trees, but without as much foliage on. Let's just have a look and see what it looks like. Okay, looks fine, but it's kind of floating, so I don't really like that. So we'll get rid of that one. We don't need any more trees anyway. Let's stick a few. I should have some palms. Let's see. Oh yeah, I like these big old palms. We'll stick a couple of them about. They really kind of give lots of foliage and a bit of depth to it. We'll probably want a few more things as well. We'll stick a few more of these bushes in, like this. Let's stick another palm underneath, like so. How's that look? That looks pretty good. Yeah, we don't need too much. Obviously, these are big guys. They want plenty of space to move around. Maybe a couple of rocks might do. Maybe a couple of flowers. Kind of bring it in line with these kind of two enclosures that we've done earlier, the Daeodon and the Megatherium. What else can we do? Don't need too much. Let's stick a few more of these bushes around. Just kind of place them about, kind of at the bases of the structures. Kind of will probably look quite good. Maybe a couple more over here as well, like that. Yeah, I think I might get a couple of rocks, not too much. Some smallish rocks. Actually, you know what? I don't like this one in the way. Let's take this up, and we'll move that out a little bit. Well, I think what I'll do is I'll put it over this side. That looks better. Yep, that's better. Okay, yeah, I'll get a couple of rocks in here. We'll see what we can do. Okay, here we go. A couple of rocks in here. Don't want too much. I want to leave the middle part fairly open, but I thought we'd give it a bit of colour by just adding in this sort of large flower cluster. Just to give it a bit of colour. It just looks a bit nice. Like, fill up some of the gaps without giving too much cover. You know, so these guys can still kind of walk around and not. You know, these flowers will get trampled, but it'll be fine. There we go. I like that. Looks pretty good. Okay, so yeah, I want it still fairly open, but we've got a little bit of greenery around the edges, but there's still plenty of space for them to walk around in. I think that looks much better. It definitely brings it in line with the other kind of enclosures, the kind of things that we're doing at the moment. So there we go. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for today. I think that follows a pretty good sort of pattern. If we can build a new enclosure and decorate an old one in an episode, I think we're doing pretty well. Bring up some of these guys. I'd like to have a go at bringing up the Daeodon one up to scratch. Maybe I'll do that next time out. You know, replace this glass would be really key because it's a little bit difficult to see in, and also I think we could definitely improve that enclosure. It's pretty empty, pretty bare, so I definitely want to improve this one at some point very soon. But yeah, okay, let's get back over to the Daeodon, have one last sort of look at that, and then we'll sign off. Okay, here we go. We're coming into the Daeodon enclosure. I think that's a pretty nice size for them, and it's really nice kind of position as well. Kind of fills up. We've got a lot of empty space here which we can fill up on the other side of this track, so we can definitely extend this area. Still plenty more animals to do for this zoo before the series finishes, and I'm really looking forward to getting it all done. So yeah, please give me some feedback of what you think about the Daeodon enclosure and the updated Trike Enclosure. And don't forget to, if you want to join in my Patreon server, it's a $5 a month Patreon tier, and you can, we'll get that set up over the next week or so, and yeah, you can come and play with me and some of the other patrons in the future. That'd be awesome. But yeah, I think for now that's going to be all. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Really do hope you've enjoyed it. Come back next Saturday and we'll be doing some more enclosures, and don't forget all the other series that I'm doing during the week as well. Would really appreciate if you checked out those videos, and stick some likes and comments in the comment section, and that'd be amazing. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.